It's time to get your business going. You've ever thought about starting a business? Now is the time. Today we'll be talking why in this program. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome. Welcome to our show today. Thank you very much. We're discussing the right time to start a business. First of all, who should be starting a business? You should be. Anyone who is alive and breathing and over 18 or even younger should be starting their own business. And another thing you should be starting is your retirement plan. It's two things. Two things. And the earlier you get started, the better it is for you to retire early. I don't see why people want to be getting old and still working as a slave to someone else who is living the life. And you guys are just working till you drop dead on your feet. It makes no sense at all. It's just really not thinking. I could be harsher, but I won't do that. What you should have done, and I'm sure many of you feel this way after a while, many of you feel it late in life and too late in life, and that is that there were smarter things that you could have done with your time and with your energies than trying to please the boss. You could have been your own boss. And of course, there are risks involved, but you can minimize those risks by starting a business while you're still working. It doesn't mean starting a business doesn't need to eliminate any possibility of you working for a boss. You can still work for a boss and have that security, weekly security, which is why you're working in the first place, and still build a business. And later on, as the business grows into something that will take up more of your time and but still sustain your needs, then it's time to move on, right, and to shake off that need for a for your slave trade of this day. So basically, this is what you guys need to be thinking of, and hopefully by that time, between your day job and your business on the side, in between that area where you're just about ready to depart, you should have your retirement plan already put in place. And that obviously is a self generating source of income that is enough to support your needs and then some. Obviously, if you have a family that have to be supported, and most of you will have it, and support that goes beyond just having them in the home. It goes to college and paying for helping them get their own lives together and helping them even them to start their own business. And the next broadcast we're having today, we're going to talk about family businesses, by the way, how to organize your business ventures to help your family, and set that in order. So we'll be talking a little bit about these. Are gigantic topics, and they need so much time to explore. But we can get those start those discussions now, and things for you to think of. Now, without promoting the presidential candidate, and now let's go to the screen to Bloomberg. Okay, and we're here at the article here at Bloomberg.com. And let me get our displays up. The first time in the morning for us here, at least the first broadcast of this day. So we have. Okay, so let me just get this. This is 920. That's okay. And this is 920. That's not okay. So. Okay. All right. So now that we've gotten that straightened out for you guys, and there's some technical issue we're gonna deal with after this broadcast. Anyway, let's get into the economic section in Bloomberg. U.S. small business sentiment climbs most in more than a year. What is this sentiment that Bloomberg here, this article is speaking to? It speaks to the attitude that small businesses have towards the future. And that's an important thing because these are people already in business. They already have businesses that are hiring people. They're your smaller business. Your businesses that have a handful of employees to, about 20, 30, quite possibly um, uh, feeling good. They feel good about the economy. They're feeling good about the projection for the following year. So they're feeling good. So that's an important thing because these are people on the ground. These are people already dealing with customers, and they're seeing the customers, how they're feeling, the orders that are coming in, they got the pulse on a lot of people across the nation. Different businesses, of course, do, and they're generally all feeling good, and that's a wonderful indicator of where things are headed. It's also a wonderful key for you and I in terms of deciding when is a good time to start a business. Okay, so let me go to the other screen. Sorry about that, but it's part of the technical issue that I just caught on to that we have here. So basically, what does that mean for you and me? It means that business people are in a good position to support new businesses. These people that are feeling good and placing orders in these established small businesses are the same ones that will be learning about your new business, and they feel good about things, and so they're going to go and try it out. They're going to walk into your business establishment or give you a call because they're feeling good. They have money to spend, and so they're going to try you out. They're going to try new businesses. It's the perfect time to start a new business. New businesses can be successful regardless of how the economy is doing. That's one thing you have to realize. When if there's a need in the community where you're going to start your business, there's a need for it. Period. Hands down. Certain areas, certain communities, certain need areas are going to need your new business. So it doesn't matter how the economy is doing necessarily for you to start a business that is high in demand, services, products, etc. But it's obviously better if people feel better in general. So that's basically what you're looking at with this latest article here in business section of Bloomberg, or at least the economic section. It means that definitely now's the time. It's Christmas time, isn't it? It's time where people are thinking about making purchases, but it's also time that people are thinking about next year. What this article here in Bloomberg economic section tells us is that they're feeling that next year is going to be a good year. And that means great things for you and for me. You want to start a business, now is the time because people are feeling very good. That means that you have less resistance, you have less to climb, less obstacles to overcome, and there's more money available to come to you in the form of orders, but also in investors. Some of you may have a business that you require someone to help in terms of money, someone to invest in your venture. So that means that people of those potential investors are feeling good. They're feeling it, and now's the time for you to bring that out and have a good chance of getting some investment money going on. So that's really good. I'm really excited because of all the projects that I'm working on and some that require some investment from outside. This is great news. So it's an exciting time to already have something going. Now, those of you who don't have anything going as yet, now is the time to start doing something. I think one of the hardest things for a lot of would be entrepreneurs is coming up with a good idea or a good concept. What type of business should I start? How do I get started in a business of my own? It's a great question. It's like almost trying to decide on a title for a book, or what type of book you want to start writing. It's almost like you have to try to figure out what would sell. What type of book could you write? Do you have skills in writing? And then what type of book would be a selling book? Because you don't want to write a book that's going to sit on the shelf. You want to write a book that's going to sell. And the same thing with the business. You want a business that you figure, it's going to be easy to make sales, or it's something that you can understand and market easily. It's a passion of yours, so at least you figure you're the best salesman. If anyone can sell this, I can, because hey, it's my baby, it's my creation. I believe in it. So at least you have that going for you. At least the economy is feeling very positive. So they'll sit down and listen to what you got to say. The investors will sit down and consider, you know, the economy is looking good. Maybe this is something, we might as well do this. We see no reason why it shouldn't, and everyone's feeling good. And that's a great thing. It's a really great plus to have this feeling in the general marketplace here in the United States of America. And if that's something that you guys in other countries are experiencing and you guys are feeling, also that's a great time to start a business. But what type of business? What type of business should you have? That's a hard question to answer. Basically, as we always recommend in our digital world, there's digital businesses that are online, for example. We always recommend that you follow your passion, that you build something around the strong things that you love, and that helps create content, first of all, because then you're able to simply create based on your love and passion. It comes out easier than trying to create content of something you don't really, you're not really into, and you're focused more on trying to sell than you are on just expressing your love for this activity or for this product, et cetera, this service. So that's one of the key points there. It's very important. So you got to go by your passion. If you have a passion, then that really is your best choice. It's business is not easy. You're going to have challenges no matter what, especially the first 5 years. So you need something that's really going to help you push on those days that you're just battled and worn. Usually, your love and passion is something you'll always focus on, or you revert to when you're tired and just want to throw in the towel. So it's a good thing to combine your effort with something that you love and something that you're passionate about, because what would make someone else quit, you're still ready to go on. I'm going to do this because this is me. This is what I love, and I'm going to keep doing this. So that's really makes a difference. It makes the difference between failure and success. So that's really important. But if some of you don't have that, you're saying, well, I really don't have a particular thing, and maybe something that you love and are passionate about isn't something that you can readily translate into an ongoing concern, you know, on a day-to-day basis where you live. It may be something that it's not something I really want to put a business on. Maybe you like fishing, you're wondering, how can I turn fishing into a living and a successful business? It's pretty hard. Even to do that, the thing you would have to do, your boat rentals, get a boat and take people out on fishing trips, your favorite spots. If you had that, if you had the resources, if you were located, where you can do that relatively easily without major investment and whatnot, then that's an option for you. Of course, the main killer is that major investment. So some of you guys are a little more distant from realizing that passion and love and translating that into a business concern. So for many reasons, there are obstacles, some greater than others, to realizing what you're thinking you really want to do. But for that, and for anyone else who really doesn't have, anything like that, the thing to do would be um, to look into this business brokering. Because if the issue is that you haven't been able to decide what type of business to get into, or you don't really have something that you can really hone in as being a passion and a love of yours in particular, or if you're a person that, similar to me, I'm not exactly like this, but someone could say you just love making money. You just love making money. It doesn't matter what you're doing, you're gonna make money at it. You got the Midas touch. Some of you may just want to do something that makes money, where you can just keep going with that and just keep running with that. So in all of those cases, maybe you have multi talents. You got a few passions and things. You could just love business. Maybe business is your love and passion. Starting businesses, um, doing marketing. You're a jack of all trades. This is a very possible profile that many of you may be having. It's probably a reason that you haven't started a business of your own yet. So many things that you could do, and wondering which one would be successful, and probably just procrastinating and on making one decision, and getting like stuck into one thing. This is a perfect opportunity for you to be have your hands in all different types of businesses. Becoming a business broker, really good option for you, especially if you suffer from from that situation or from those symptoms. The business brokerage actually allows you to be involved in various businesses, helping people with their businesses. It's a perfect position, especially for a young person, to garner more information and experience with different types of businesses, at different stages of development, because the business broker not only sells new businesses, but they also consult, they help establish businesses with different ages, of existence, different stages of development. And so that becomes a great learning experience for the business broker. You really learn a lot from other entrepreneurs, their history, the struggles they put them, they had to go through to get their businesses to where they are today. And it's very rewarding that you're able to help these businesses in many different ways, including the final disposition of their business, usually selling to someone else because of whatever reasons. There's reasons that they're going to sell their business, and that in the next session today, we're going to talk a little bit about some of those possibilities. But in either case, being a business broker puts you in a unique position to profit from all the businesses in your city. That's a very unique position, a very powerful position as well. We're not talking about all political power and whatnot, but it can get into that if that is something that you want to do. I mean, having all the ears of your business clients is a very influential place to be, and so the business broker can really shape his and her future immensely. And if you already have a business, maybe you already have a business that you started, and you need someone to help you get your business off the ground. But actually, by becoming a business broker, which would cost you, depending where you're at, a small office rent, or half or a quarter of what you're renting your business space for at this point. For that small amount of money, you can uh, have all the resources that the business broker provides other businesses, and we train you and we teach you about, but mostly we do ourselves for you. Becoming a business broker doesn't mean you're adding a lot of work to you. We're just adding a lot of importance and influence to you, mostly. The work, the hard work, the network does for you, so you don't have to worry about that. But just having the ability and the power now to be a great influence in your surrounding business communities, it's a deal winner. It can make your first business, the business that you're struggling with now, actually succeed because of the new contacts with business. These are new markets, in many of your cases with your present business, new markets. Nothing is stopping you also as a business broker of taking one of the many businesses that we create and we package for you to sell in your area. It doesn't prevent you from actually starting any one of those business or any other business in your area as well. So that is another great benefit of becoming a business broker in our network. So you don't have to make a decision really what type of business you want to start. You can become a business broker and have your hands in all of it. I know for me, this business broker network is perfect. I fashioned it myself from the things that I love myself in helping people. Many years of experience and skills in helping other businesses start, grow, and gain market share and become successful. And this is the main core of technology that our network has in the business broker network. So we encourage you to take a look at the business broker network for yourself. Let's go back to the article to finish our observations on what this Bloomberg article is actually giving us here. Again, this is the Bloomberg News article, 2019 12/10, on their site and their publication. It's very important article that's here. And it says here that it's a favorable time for expansion, adding to signs that a key part of the economy is holding up in the fourth quarter. The National Federation of Independent Business Optimism Index rose 2.3 points in November to a 4-month high of 104.7, topping all estimates in a Bloomberg survey of economists that had called for 103. So even Bloomberg economists are gleefully happy at the results of this economy. They have to admit it. The composition report released Tuesday showed that earnings trends were the biggest driver of the gain. This is the time to make money, folks. The key insights that they saw is the second straight gain follows Friday's unexpectedly strong November jobs report, and it's the latest sign the world's largest economy will avoid a major stumble in the final 3 months of this year. Views on whether it's a good time for expansion were a big driver of gain. It's the view that this is the time to expand. It's also the view. Remember, this is a U.S. Small Business Outlook. So they're not asking them, is this a great time to start a business? Because they already have their business. But the fact is, if they are looking at expanding, then this is a great time to start your business. With that measure rising to the second highest reading of this year, hiring plans also gave a boost as 61% of respondents reported hiring or trying to hire. Right? That means there's more people they need. They need more people for servicing clients, for producing materials, for producing the services that they provide to their clientele. Overall, the Main Street economic machine continued to push the economy forward. So that's really great news. They say a little bit on the downside, though, was that the plans to increase inventories and sales expectations were the only two categories to post weaker readings. It wasn't that they weren't good, it was just that they were weaker than the others. And simply all this means is that these businesses, they're already established wherever they are. They are already established businesses, and they simply are not looking to expand their inventory. They're not thinking that sales are going to increase all that much, but at least they're not losing. They're not going to be having inventory sitting on the shelves. So at least they're good on that. So they're doing well, and that's really they're filling their orders, and they're good. So that's a great deal. What it means is still, like I said earlier, is this is still the time for you to start a business because everybody is now feeling a great sense of success. The environment is successful. They are just they're making their business machine go through, and everything's going to be great. And that means it's great for you. The marketplace is ripe for you to start your business. Um, what that means for the business broker when you go to this URL, what that means for you is the following, though, and it means that you can expect to have great sales. Why? Because the marketplace is ready and prime to receive new businesses. So remember, as a business broker, you're selling businesses. You are selling new businesses, new kits to people who want to start a new business. You saw the other day, those who have seen it, our new Splash Pool Party business. Again, it's a new business, ready to go. You guys are in a great position. You become a business broker to be able to offer that to some entrepreneur in your area, in your city. Business ready to go. And again, the environment to get them started, help them because the network helps them to start their businesses and to promote their businesses, get them clients. This is the prime time for you to start being a business broker with us and bringing these businesses out there and getting people interested and started in their new businesses. It's a great moment, and it's now the time. You may be thinking about getting Christmas gifts and all that. You need to give your family the best Christmas gift of all, and that is starting a business brokerage with us and having a great 2020 and forward, because again, once you get started, once you got your hands in the mix in your city, in the business, on the pulse of business, as the go-to person for new businesses and for old businesses, you are a key person. This is just the right time. It's just the perfect time to get started. Listen, I'm not here to give you all the details of the business brokerage. You can go to this URL and get in more information about it and see if it's the right fit for you. I know it's a right fit for the that person that he's that you're looking to master a business and grow in your business. Even if you have a business already, this is it. This will help your business become the dominant in its sector in any given city. So you need to look at this. Don't just sit around and see, well, it should be a good year for me next year, so we see how next year happens or what next year goes. This is the smartest thing to do. Add this to your planning. It's the best thing you will ever do. Okay, thank you very much. In the next episode, we're going to look into forming a family business, going from the family business into legacy. So, we're going to talk about that in the next segment. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you next time.